A little bit, man, but people may be looking saying, man, who is J Doe? You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna run it down, man.
Ooh,
Just from
man.
top to bottom,
Yeah,
man.
we're gonna take a short walk with a long talk, man. It's first of all, I grew up in Sealy, but so happened my little brother's D Drew. You know what I'm saying? So that played out how it played out back and forth, cause my family, they from Dead End, Drew and them from Foxwood, Selinsky. Well, it used to be Foxwood. They can flatlined everything over there, but Dead End. So you know how it go when you got brother in the city. He come out there one summer, I come out here one summer, and we back and forth. Matter of fact, our old man birthday, he died in '89. His birthday today. You
Wait,
know
so
what I'm
y'all, so
saying?
y'all had same dad,
We got
different
the
mom?
same dad.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So um, that's basically how that went back and forth. Because of who he was and who my family was. So that integrated with the screw. Because I've been around screw since like '92, '93.
That
You know,
early? No shit.
right?
Just
I was young, but I'm saying, far as in that mix. Far as me just actually being off the porch, interacting with like 9'4", 9'5".
so
You know,
okay. Two things. What's the age difference between you and D Drew? Who's older? You the oldest,
we
right?
yeah, I'm the oldest. I'm 80. He 81. Drew would have turned 40
This year
on the 10th.
on the 10th.
I turned I turned 41 this Thursday
So
on the
y'all was
19th.
right there.
He August 10, 81. I'm August 19, 80.
Okay, so talk about just though the dynamic between the relationship between D Drew and Screw. You know what I'm saying? And his mom being Fifi and just that whole break down that whole thing.
Oh, like I might step on some toes with this one, but Fee really like the first lady of the Screwed Up Clique. Just like you got members of the Screwed Up Clique that don't rap. It's a lot of boys that's SUC that didn't, that's not Pokey or not Kiki or not Pat, that had their hand in just being a part of that foundation too. So that's what Fee sit in at, and Fee really the dead end queen. Angelique and them, they was on the mic. I ain't gonna take nothing away from them and the cliches and all that, but Fee, if you ask anybody, like outside of Michelle, Screw sister and them, Fifi, first lady of the Screwed Up Clique, behind the scenes, behind the speakers, you know what I'm saying? So it's like growing up in that mix, it was like Screw was big bro. Like we used to trip because sometimes when you around certain people, you forget how big they are.
Yeah.
Like we'll pull up and people get to tripping that, and we like, what's wrong? Screw be like, they tripping.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But the magnitude of it now is like so big. Like even when I see a Budweiser commercial slow the drink down, it's like, I be thinking like where it could have went. Like you always think about that. But the relationship was like a big brother. Like that's one of the few people I was around. Like the last, I'm gonna say, year and a half of his life, we was together like 7 days in a week. We gonna be a Screw 5 days,
Hmm.
for sure. Maybe I'm gonna say the last year is like for sure. You know what I'm saying? So
And this is when he had the house over in Mo City.
this was when it was off Hill near Turtle Creek over there. You know what I'm saying?
And when he moved to the new
Yeah, that's
to
what
the-
the spot where he passed at. That's a whole nother, like the night Screw died. That's another story. Me, Drew, nobody was at the spot except for me, Drew, Shorty Mac, his cousin, Big Judd, and Chris Cooler, his other cousin, and Drew. So we was one of the last ones to seen Drew alive. To seen Screw alive before me and Drew left. I don't know if you want to get into that right now.
It was just a regular night, y'all over there just
Regular night. Matter of fact, they had a song. He just got on. That's when the digital turntables that came out. Cause he really ain't want to go into He didn't want to transition into CDs. He like, man, they can get scratched up. They could. Man, we like, Screw, ain't nobody like CDs now is like how we doing with MP3s, or we doing everything on your phone. Like if a new model car don't even come with a CD player. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's where the game was going with the cars. Things was transitioning from tape to CD. But he was like, man, they can get scratched up and they could. But he seen like, okay, well, I got to get in the way because that's where it's going. So he started doing the CD thing. So he got the turntables, the ones you put the CD in.
So
and
Screw
scratch.
did have the CD turntables. I
Yeah,
understand.
that was one. That was the only person I was around that was DJing. So when I seen him, it was like space age to me. So that's he was playing with them. The night we pulled up over there, um, me and him sitting on the crates. He got his cousin Chris Cooley, that's from San Antonio. We pulled up there, and he was behind Soundwaves right there. You know where the Embassy Suites at, right there on 59 by Saltgrass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Behind there, some warehouses, like some little rental buildings, executive little suite buildings. And like when you walked out his back door, the back door, the front part was made like an office. The back part was made like a place where a diesel could pull in or something that's dropping off something around the back. And when you look out the back of the door, you can see like the back of Soundwaves that's right there on Gessner. And all that. Well, now I don't know if it's Soundwaves no more. It's the shoe store, WWS or whatever it is right there. So when we pulled up, it was just a regular night. Mike D them had just did a song. Mike D, Al D, and Screw rap. Anytime Screw rapped, it was like a holiday because he ain't jump on everything. So when he rapped, when I fell in now, Chris Cooley doing beats on the keyboard.
Try.
Huh?
Try.
Yeah, he was on the Triton doing the beats. Judd and Shorty Mac, they was out of there sleep wise. Me and Screw sat on the crates. Matter of fact, I remember Dynasty had just came out. Jay-Z, the Dynasty had just came out, and because he a DJ, he get the vinyls early, just like the Mad Hatters and all them. He get the stuff early because his I guess his title or whatever. So he messing with I remember the Dynasty being out because I made a country. I was supposed to make my Screw tape called Country Connected. That's another thing, man. Him vibed on when he found out I was from Sealy, cause Smithville up the street. You just take I-10. You go up I-10 to 71, he up the street. So I was telling him, like, man, you know what? Like, everybody put on for the city, I'm going to do a Screw tape called Country Connected. Like, huh? I'm like, I'm still going to holler at the city, but I'm going to do this right here for the country. He like, I'm feeling it. So I made my list, and that never got, it never happened, but that's where we was at. So when I pulled up, Drew go mess with Chris Cooley and Mike D, and Al D and him had a song that go, I got my mind on my money, money on my mind, screwed up click for life, we put it down. So on there, he rapping. At this time, they, Screw was getting a lot of flack federal wise, and just people think it's a drug house and different things. So, on there he rapping, he say, they looking at the screwed up shop like it's a drug store. 100,000 copies, what the hell I need drugs for? So he running that back, he got it on loop. We just going down through the regular nights, sitting on the crates. And I never forget, like, I always tell, I'm going to share it with you because there's a lot of things from that night I keep to myself because it be priceless to me, you know what I'm saying? But, you so epic to me, and, just you reaching out and we getting in touch with each other. This the platform, like Manny was telling me, like, I'm just going to give it to you raw and uncut, like,
Donnie Houston.